Hello friends, happy Saturday and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. And I have decided that this weekend I want to tackle a couple of series that are on my 18 series to finish before the end of 2024 list, because I have two series where I have only one book left until I'm caught up with what's currently available. So I figured that that would be a good weekend challenge, is just to try and knock those two out. So the two series are the Demonic Messes and Other Annoyances series by L.L. Frost. I have one book left, The Prophet, which is book 7, and also Bleeding Edge, which is part of the Elliott Security series by Evie Mitchell. I only have one book on my Kindle available to do that, so I thought that this weekend would be a great opportunity to do that. I also have an alarm going off. I also have some housework and bits and pieces that I have to do throughout the weekend, and I'm currently on sprints with Shae and Heather, who are doing 30 and 30 sprints. I'm just doing whatever I need to get done in the morning sprints. But yeah, thought I'd bring you along for the ride as I try and knock off two more series from my series to read list. Also, I forgot to say, I got some very lovely birthday book mail from Laura, from Laura's Library Card. She very kindly sent me something for my birthday, which was when this video is going up 2 days ago. So I will open it now, and bear with me, I've just got to put the camera down to do that. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. It is Body Check by Teagan Hunter, which is part of the Seattle Serpents series. I haven't started collecting the physicals of this yet, so thank you, Laura. This is really, really lovely. I'm very excited to have this. So I'm just about 40% of the way through The Prophet by L.L. Frost, which is the final book in this series. And at the end of the last book, a lot of things had happened, and I don't think I've talked about it in the wrap-ups because it's kind of getting into the nitty-gritty details of the series. But anyway, so Gavin, who is one of the members of the polyamorous relationship, is a police detective, and he was in charge of a supernatural division. And then there was another head of a department who is very anti-magical users, demons, etc. And so at the end of the previous book, that guy had become interim mayor because the previous mayor had died, and so now he's making everyone's life really difficult. Also, the cleaner's home had been destroyed, and so they've been trying to rebuild it, except this guy is now just being an absolute pain in the ass and just blocking this thing from being built. And so now the cleaners are stuck, living in a hotel room together, which is starting to get very cramped, and they're working out of the boneyard, which was a part of the city that we met or found out a lot about most recently in the previous book, but it's been part of the series. And that's where a lot of demons and magical beings have settled, because they've been able to cross between the demon plane and Earth through there. And so now they're sort of acting as pseudo guards, etc. And Gavin has just found out that the rest of his family have basically been designing and putting together this new office building that allows all of them to do their jobs, including his bone guard. And it's just everyone coming together. All of the characters that we've met throughout the series are now working in one place. All of the former Supernatural Task Force members now are either working with the Bone Guard or are being trained as mercenaries or private investigators. So it's all coming full circle. And the mystery so far of the series is there's been 3 deaths of characters by black dogs as a portent of doom. So yeah, I guess we're going to find out what's going on. Hi everyone. So it is Sunday now, and I think I forgot to update you when I finished The Prophet, and I'll update you in a minute, but I went out for a walk this morning. I've been tidying up because I thought my mum was coming over, and then she's like, I'm coming over, but I'm just dropping things off. I'm not coming up to the apartment because my sister's coming over. So I spent an hour frantically trying to tidy up, trying not to look like my life falls apart during the term, but that's fine because now I have a clean apartment again. but she came to drop over some things. One was my birthday present, and the other was, I've been meaning to go to Kmart to get, these are like dish racks, and I wanted them because one of my colleagues uses them to display picture books. So she got me picked up some of those for me while she was out at Kmart, because I asked what she wanted to know what to get me for my birthday. And since I broke my kettle, which is just there, I broke the lid on it. Don't ask me how I did that. She bought me a new kettle. So we'll take it out and I'll show you. This is my new kettle. Let's unbox it. There we are, my new kettle. It's actually a little bit slimmer. Well, just a slightly different design. So my previous kettle had kind of a rounded shape, whereas this one is just a straight shape, and it's delightful. So we'll put some water in it, give it a boil and clean it up, and yay, new kettle. All right, so time to update you on The Prophet, which it's the last book in the series, so I can't really talk so much about the plot of the story, but suffice to say, you know, we've spent the entire series with all of these characters who've been together for, you know, centuries, and they're trying to carve out this life together in Clearhelm, which is their town. And, you know, there's been a lot of things up against them, and so this book is really about how that all sorts itself out. And yes, it's a bit of a, you know, convenient ending and all of that sort of stuff, but it was honestly just a really fun time. Like, the books are not difficult at all to read, and there's lots of moving parts and lots of characters and lots of demons and monsters and whatever floating around, but it's very easy to keep track of who's who and what's going on in the series. And these books are all over 400 pages long, I think, and they read incredibly fast. So I'm glad I finished the series. I had a lot of fun with it. I liked the characters. I liked the magic that was presented in the world. And yeah, like I could read more books about these characters. So even though I don't have more books, I'm just very, very happy and satisfied with where that ended. Now I am going to start reading, what is it? Is it Bleeding Edge? So this is book 2 in the Elliott Security series by Evie Mitchell. I don't think this is the last book in the series, but it's the last one that's available to download and read and so on. And I haven't spoken to Evie, so I don't know if there's more books in this series coming, but yeah, let's read Bleeding Edge and catch up on yet another series. I'm really excited. It's romantic suspense. I remember I enjoyed the first one, you know, private security company kind of thing, but it's been a while, so I'm just gonna dive into it and see how we go. Alright, so I'm 30% into Bleeding Edge, and this is Emmy and Luke's story. So they both work for Elliott Security. Luke is a member of the private security team. Emmy is a hacker that works with the team, and more specifically with Luke. They both like each other, but Emmy is planning on leaving, and she hasn't told Luke that she's planning on leaving. And then one night, and he's like head over heels for her. And then one night, the whole group is out at a bar, and there is a shooting. This all takes place in Canberra, by the way, which is the capital of Australia, if you don't know. Anyway, there's a shooting and Emmy is shot twice, and so she ends up in hospital. She has to have multiple surgeries. She's not doing well. Luke stays with her most of the time, and now she's currentently in rehab trying to build up the strength in her leg and learning to walk again and all that sort of thing. Meanwhile, the security group are looking into some strange occurrences that are happening around a woman called Jetta, who is the girlfriend of the owner of Elliott Security. And there's just been a whole big thing that's gone down with Jetta and her sister, who's a famous singer. And so yeah, that's where we are. At the moment, Emmy is still planning on leaving, and she's not really telling the truth to Luke, and what we are getting are some flashbacks of her past. And it seems like she was in some kind of maybe religious cult that was training kids how to hack and find information on people. I don't know. I'm hoping we find out soon. Lots of action, very dramatic. Gonna keep reading. Okay, we're 53% of the way in. We've got the backstory, yes, religious cult, etc. Luke has now decided and basically told Emmy that he's going to woo her through the ages. Step 1 is middle school or grade school, which is middle school here. Emmy likes Sailor Moon, and so he's made her a pop-up rose card covered in glitter that's basically exploded all over her office. So all of the other tech staff and Emmy end up covered in glitter. This just makes my heart so happy. That's all I wanted to say. Glitter bomb explosion. Hi friends, it's time to wrap up this vlog. I, again, totally forgot to update you on the fact that I finished like hours ago because then I had to go and do grocery shopping. So I just forgot. And then after that I got distracted because now I'm watching or marathoning 911, which is that TV show. Never seen it before. Now I'm obsessed. I think I said the last update was yes, I was right, there was a cult. And yet all of that's been resolved. Turns out that Emmy is the key to all of it because she managed to steal some money from them when she was escaping way back when. But there was a plan that she set in place that may or may not have ramifications for them like years later. The thing that I really liked about the story though is just how everyone banded together. I mean, the story is fast paced, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of things going on in it, and I'll give you all the content warnings in a moment. But it is really about the found family element and everyone banding around Emmy and letting her know that they don't want her to run, they don't want her to leave, they want to stop and help her no matter how dangerous it is. And it's set in Australia. Yay for romantic suspense set here. I can't talk tonight. I don't know what it is. Anyway, this one does have quite a few content warnings and things in it for SA. There is a HP reference in here, just be mindful of that. There is a very toxic family dynamic, and there is also a scene where they are trying to torture Emmy to get information out of her by whipping her. So basically it's a religious cult and a lot of manipulation. I really enjoyed it. I wish there were more books in the series, so we'll just have to wait and see if Evie ever comes back to it. But the two that are out are great and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So this is a great way to tick off 2 series from my series to read TBR. That leaves me with 3. Ignore the messy cut, but I've got the Lana Hair Check series, which I'm hopefully going to read in October. There is also the Eden Finley Popstar series, which I would like to finish soon as well. And then my bonus was, oh god, what's it called? I can never remember this series title. Oh, the Bold Brew series. This is doable. Like, we can do this. I also saw someone's series tracker like ages ago and I updated it to make it my own. And what's today's date? It's the 15th of the 9th. I'm trying to type while, oh, that's not helpful. And yes, I'm up to date. Anyway, I like these little progress bars. It makes me happy. Don't ask me how to do it. I just copy the code. In fact, I copied the entire thing from someone else and just made it pretty and colourful, just like the rest of my spreadsheet. That's it for me from this vlog. I might do another one for one of the other series that I'm going to be reading, but I just thought this is a good starting place because I just had 2 books to finish off 2 series. So yay, that makes me extremely happy. I guess that's it. If you want to see one of the other series as a particular reading vlog, whether it's the Game of God series, the Bold Brew series, or the Popstar series, just let me know down below. Otherwise they'll just feature in regular wrap-ups every week. Maybe we'll do some other little vlogs if there are other challenges that I need to catch up on for my bingo board, but at the moment we're tracking well. And now I'm going to go back to finishing watching 911. I've just started season 2. In the comments I'd love to know if you've read these books or if you're planning on picking up the series or giving anything a try. Otherwise, if you have recommendations for books that are similar, feel free to let me know. Thank you for watching and I hope that you are staying safe and healthy wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.